WNBA lambasted over poor player protection. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert originally pointed to the positive aspects of a budding rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark instead of forcefully condemning the rhetoric. Although the WNBA has experienced a banner year in terms of exposure, ticket sales, and a marked increase in media attention, the league's growth has not been positive for all of its players. According to InThePaint, the league should have seen some of the vitriol coming, particularly in the wake of the treatment Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese received during her last year at LSU after she made a "you can't see me" hand gesture at Iowa's Caitlin Clark after Reese's squad won the NCAA championship. As David Dennis Jr. wrote, however, the attacks on Reese weren't really about Clark. They were about hating Reese as a confident, outspoken Black woman. One group is full of genuine Clark fans. The people who are enamored with her court vision, shooting, and connection with the audience. Dennis continued, then there's the other group. That group is full of people who see Clark as a way to express their most deep-seated, hateful thoughts about the Black and queer women in the WNBA. It is that other group that has attracted the most attention in recent weeks, prompting some to compare the playoff atmosphere at Indiana Fever, Clark's home court, to a MAGA rally, turning what used to be a safe space for queer people and Black women into a much more uneasy atmosphere. That uneasy atmosphere took on something much more sinister after it was revealed that Dejanai Carrington, the newly minted most improved player in the WNBA, received a threat containing the N-word and wishing sexual assault on her from a Fever fan. I think that in my 11-year career, I never experienced the racial comments like from the Indiana Fever fan base. It's unacceptable, and honestly, there's no place for it, Connecticut Sun forward Alyssa Thomas told reporters. Why Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark isn't playing overseas in off-season, or in 3x3 leagues. Indianapolis. Caitlin Clark is looking forward to taking a break from the spotlight for a couple months. The Indiana Fever star has been in the public eye for nearly a full year, going from her senior season at Iowa to her rookie year in Indiana in a matter of months. She hasn't had a break from high-level basketball or from people analyzing her every move for 11 months. She's taken photos with fans at the grocery store, been spotted on vacation in Mexico, gotten pictures taken of her in the airport, and has fans waiting to see her car drive out of Gainbridge Fieldhouse following games. On top of that, she talked to the media at every chance possible, sometimes multiple times a day. Raptors star Scotty Barnes reacts after buying 2 Caitlin Clark Indiana Fever jerseys. I don't take disrespect lightly. Former LSU star Angel Reese once explained her infamous "you can't see me" taunt against Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a hell of a player, incredible player for sure, Reese said. But I don't take disrespect lightly, and she disrespected Alexis Morris and my girls, South Carolina. They're still my SEC girls too. Y'all not going to disrespect them either. So I wanted to pick her pockets. But I had a moment at the end of the game, and that was just, I was in my bag, I was in my moment. Caitlin Clark, Christine Brennan, and how racial stereotypes persist in the media's WNBA coverage. The Caitlin Clark effect, or the impact on women's basketball from a ponytailed rookie phenomenon from America's heartland, is real. The 2024 WNBA season shattered viewership, attendance, and merchandise sales records. Clark, however, didn't get a chance to compete for a league title. The Connecticut Sun eliminated Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, in the first round of the playoffs with a 2-game sweep, ending her record Rookie of the Year campaign. And it may be just the latest chapter in a complicated saga steeped in race. During the first game of the series, the fingers of Sun guard Dejanai Carrington hit Clark in the eye as Carrington followed through on a block attempt of a Clark shot. During the next day's media availability, USA Today columnist Christine Brennan recorded and posted an exchange between herself and Carrington. WNBA playoff viewership still strong entering finals. If below the record-setting levels of Caitlin Clark games, WNBA viewership remains historically strong entering the finals. The first 2 rounds of the WNBA playoffs averaged 970,000 viewers across ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC, more than double the same point last year. 400K excluding 3 games that either featured or had a direct lead-in from Caitlin Clark and the Fever, 1.86 m. The postseason is averaging 771,000 viewers. still considerably above last year's levels. After the first round of the playoffs averaged 1.10 million, the semifinals took an expected hit from Clark's exit, but still averaged 850,000, up 99% from last year for 27K. Friday's Liberty Aces semifinal Game 3 delivered the top audience of the round with a 0.60 rating and 994,000 viewers on ESPN2, marking the largest WNBA semifinal audience since 2002. Ratings and viewership more than doubled last year's equivalent Aces Wings Game 3, 0.25, 382K. Sunday's clinching Game 4 averaged a 0.58 and 979,000 on ABC, up 73% and 69% respectively from Liberty Sun in the same window last year's 0.33, 579K. The full Liberty Aces series averaged 967,000 viewers, up a third from the team's meeting in last year's WNBA Finals, 728K. All 4 games of the series averaged more viewers than any of last year's 4 finals games. As for the other semifinal, Tuesday's winner-take-all Sunlinks Game 5 averaged a 0.58 and 984,000, the second-largest semifinal audience since 2002 and the most-watched Game 5 in WNBA playoff history, including the finals. Ratings and viewership nearly tripled the previous semifinal Game 5, Sunsky opposite the NFL kickoff game 2 years ago, 0.23, 358K. Game 3 of the series drew a 0.50 and 885,000 on ESPN2 Friday night, up triple digits from Liberty Sun Game 3 last year, 0.21, 336K, and Game 4 had a series-low 0.32 and 538,000 on ESPN Sunday afternoon. The 5-game Link Sun series averaged 752,000 viewers, marking the most-watched playoff series to ever involve either team, including the finals. Entering the WNBA Finals, 11 playoff games this year have averaged at least 800,000 viewers, compared to 1 last season. Indiana's 2 games rank as by far the most watched, with 1.84 million for Game 1 against Connecticut and 2.54 million for Game 2, followed by a Mercury Lynx Game 2 that immediately followed a Fever game, 1.22 m.